Dining room chairs are something I come across all the time. People buy the foams and fabrics from us and then ask how they can upholster them. In this, I'm going to show you how to do it properly. Tools you're going to need for this job: a screwdriver for taking off the seat, a staple gun if you've got a staple gun, or if you prefer, hammer and tacks, a pair of shears for cutting out the fabric, marker pen, staple lifter for taking the staples out of the existing seat, and a pair of pincers for pulling the staples out. Work with the chair upside down. That's the screws undone. I'll lift the frame off, just put that to one side. So now the seat's off. To use one of these staple lifters, they've got a pair of prongs on the end, down into the staples and lift it up. Now I've found out that the foam is useless. It might look okay, but there's just nothing to that. Now these foams are glued onto the board, so what you need to get this off now is a scraper. Right, I've got a piece of 1-inch foam. We'll start off using this as a spray adhesive. Just give that foam a coat of glue. Get the board. Give the board a coat. Turn it over. Press it onto there. Press it down, and that's now stuck. It's always wise to oversize your foam, glue it to it, then cut round it. I've done the foam now, that's glued to the board. If you notice, the foam is slightly bigger than the board. What I want is this sharp edge of the wood to disappear, so by making the foam slightly bigger, as the fabric pulls over, the foam comes over the edge of the wood. What you're going to need over the top of the foam is something to either protect the fabric and also to stop the fabric gripping to the foam. Polyester wadding for this. Without the polyester wadding straight onto the foam, if you've got something that's woven from the back like a velvet, what will happen is it grips to the foam and pulls the pile out, so you end up with big bald patches on your fabric. So for this chair, I've chose a nice grey fabric. With modern furniture, everything has to be flame retardant. Your foam, your interliners, your fabrics, everything have to comply with regulations. So make sure that you've got your fabric plenty big enough. Right, so now I've got to cut the fabric to the size that I required it at. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to get this in a position where I can turn it over and centralising it on the fabric. This is done different ways. Different upholsterers will do it different ways. This is my preferred method because this is actually bowed. It's got a curve to it. I'm going to start on the curved side. So what I'm doing is, if I pick that up and stand it on its edge, holding both the fabrics, that fabric can't go anywhere then. I'm literally pulling it over with the whole of my hand and pulling with from the end of my thumb to my wrist. If you pull with the whole of your hand, you get a nice smooth finish. Stapled there, just a couple of staples in the middle. So I've pulled that in the centre again. So now you've got something like that where you've got it pulled there, all four. So you may have noticed when I cut the foam, it's only got a square edge on it, it's not rounded on the top. And you can see on the edge here what it's like once it's upholstered. You've got that nice rounded edge, and all you're doing is relying on the fabric to pull that into shape. Just pull it out towards the corners, nice and smooth. And you just repeat this on all four sides. That's all the sides done now, so all four sides stapled to within a couple of inches of the corner. To do a corner, get the fabric in the corner, but when you're pulling it, you want that flappy bit equal on both sides. So it's no good having it like that and then a big piece here, because what you'll end up with then is a big fold right across. So centralise the fabric in the corner, pull it over, one staple in there. So now that's the corners with one staple in it. and an equal amount of fabric on either side of that staple. Get your shears, cut up towards the staple, then cut across to the corner. Same on that one. You're left then with excess fabric. Fold that out and cut off the excess fabric. Fold that. And the aim here is to have a neat small pleat in that corner. Same again with the other side of the corner. Right, that's all, everything's stapled now, all the corners and everything are finished off. I'm just trimming off the last of this now. So I'm going to put some black dipperil on the bottom of this to tidy it up. It's quite a strong fabric, but it is a bit stretchy. So if you pull it too hard, you'll end up with a lot of wrinkles and puckers in it, which you don't want. And similar principle to before, staple front and back. It's always nice to keep your staples nice and neat, not too far away from the edge and not too close to the edge that they're going to cut through. Nice straight lines with them, evenly spaced. Right, I'm really happy with the way that's turned out. It looks nice, smooth, no tack drags, lumps and bumps in it. So I'm just ready to screw that onto the frame now. So there it is, finished. That's a job that can quite easily be done at home. Main thing is, take your time and double check everything before you actually staple or cut.